Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And today, Lucinda and I were talking about how we think the clothing industry has kind of taught us something. It's completely wrong. Let's just say what it is.
They don't care. They don't care how we look.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we've got to take the responsibility for wearing what nuance of color looks great on us.
And they've kind of convinced us that white,
White is white. Yeah, it's white. White.
navy,
What?
khaki, black.
Let me give you a good example, girl. I went into Target. I do a lot of my research in Target because they see it. They have a breadth of color and it's right there in your face, and you can look at kind of the statement that they're making right all in one place.
Right.
You see it.
And they change with the season, so it's a good way to see how
But
the industry's moving.
this year, I went into Target. Everything was white. I mean, when I say everything, Sarah will say, Mom, you got to be specific. You can't say everything was white because everything wasn't white. But a lot of stuff was white.
Yes.
And you could see a lot of white all over the place. What I noticed was there were white, crisp whites. There were off-whites. There were grayed down whites. There were
Patterns with white as the background, which completely changes the way you see that white.
And so the thing is, unless we understand our best white, we can't shop a plethora of whites like that because obviously we can, but it's not going to give us our best look. And that's why we're kind of, here. The industry wants us to think that navy is navy is navy, that khaki is khaki is khaki. You want khaki? I got khaki.
I got a stone khaki versus a camel khaki. Those are completely different.
They are, and for completely different people. Mm-hmm. But the point is, if there are only a few little things that you need to understand, and you're going to be able to pick through these behemoths, these color behemoths where they say, oh, you need a navy jacket. I have a navy jacket. And if you've got navy pants at home, your navy jacket will fit your navy pants. I defy you to go in a store and say, I have some navy pants at home. Can you give me a navy jacket? Take that navy jacket home and see how close it is to the navy you've already bought.
Never would work in a million years.
No. It simply does not work. Going back to the whites, because that thing at Target just blew me away. First of all, they had a lot of white. And I get, that white is a color for spring and everybody just is like running out and buying white. And it's well, not you. But it was like white upon white upon white upon white. Dresses. There was a lot of white. Mm-hmm. More white than usual. And so inevitably, you'll go pick out a white, and one white will make you look so good and fresh, and your skin tone looks so great. And you'll
you look great in a white.
All right, okay. She looks good in ivory. We're gonna include what off-white.
Girl, I still can't wear an ivory top.
What is your white?
Okay, no white. No white is my white.
Okay.
I have too much depth for that and too soft for a white. If I had to, though, if you force me, yes.
Yes, I'm forcing you right here for this conversation. We can't just tell half our people that they don't have a white.
If I was forced, yes, off-white, little drop the warmth, neutrality. Yeah, that would be my white, but still.
What about your pickleball outfit? If you had to have a white pickleball outfit, what would you wear?
I mean, yeah, I'd have to wear like a stone, a neutral white. If I had to. But, oh man. You look fantastic in a white though, but you have the lightness.
Well, but this isn't white. This is
you're soft white.
Yes.
But I'm a brown girly. Give me the depth. I need the depth.
Okay. But let me just get back to my point because she just completely threw me off, okay? With me. Focus. So you're looking at all that white and you say, well, which white is for me? And you go and you know that you're light and you know that, let's say you're cool. You're okay. Generally your hair is cool, but in the summer your skin tone's gotten a little bit warm. And so you're looking at your different whites. You're holding the whites up and you're seeing which one makes me glow, which one kind of drags me down. And you find a white that works for you. is the style going to work for you? Because it's like Russian roulette when you're trying to find you're perfect. The most important thing is just to understand that that there's a lane. And I'm not saying that you've got to follow a particular rule. I'm just saying that there's certain things that you need to keep in mind. If you're cool, if you're generally cool, if your hair is a cool tone, and I go with the hair because that's your mother color and it kind of affects everything else. If you've got cool tone hair, your white is going to be a little bit cooler than, say, an ivory or a warm white or a off-white leaning toward warm. Mm-hmm. And if you've got a lot of warmth in your hair, something in that white needs to take it out of the blue zone and put it in kind of a warmer zone. Mm-hmm. And that will help you understand which whites will work for you and which ones won't work for you. The same is true, and this is one of my favorite tips, about khaki.
You're wearing the most perfect outfit today. You're white with your khaki linen pants. Like, you were made for this episode.
Well, and that's because I know that I've got my hair, I'm kind of neutral. I don't really swing cool. I don't really swing really warm. I'm kind of neutral. So I tend to go with the more neutral of the behemoth colors, like the whites. I don't go to ivory. Mm-hmm. I don't go to crisp, clear, clinical white. I fall in the middle.
And you have the lightness to match that.
And my khakis, I tend to go with stone, not gray. Mm-hmm. So think about 3 khaki colors that you see out and about. One is a gray khaki, one is called stone, and one is just typical khaki. And if you wanted to push it, you could find some camel khaki that's really warm. But let's just stay with the khaki color, typical khaki color, stone, and the gray khaki. I know that I'm far better off because I'm in the middle with going with the stone khaki rather than pushing the envelope on either side. Now, you might say, okay, well, khakis are pants. That doesn't matter. What does it matter? Because if you get into a system, if you make a decision that you're going to go with stone, for example, then the tops that you bring home, the linen tops and the things that you want to just throw on top of your khakis will match. They will look good together. Whether you took your khaki pants into the store and you were like holding them up and so forth, you know that it will work. So the other thing that I want to talk about is navy. Navy is, as I said, navy is not navy. It's a lot of different dark blues. If you're a cool girl, think navy that just kind of tiptoes over toward purple. Not purple, but just a little bit cooler navy. And if you're a warm girl like Sarah, your navy is going to tiptoe into green, a little bit more into the green family. Mm-hmm. Right. Blacks. How do you choose a black? Well, if you're a cool girl,
you don't. For me,
I said a cool girl. Everything is about you, Sarah. If you're a cool girl and you're deep, wear your black. Celebrate your black and strut your black because we're all jealous you can wear black. Mm-hmm. But if you're somebody like me, you're cool, but you're not really deep, then you got to go with a gray. That's just, your black is a gray.
Your power color over here.
Now, Sarah, her black, you know what it is? It's not black, it's brown. That's just what she has to choose because she doesn't wear black very well. And lighter, warmer people, your black is also a brown.
Just a lighter version.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Because black and brown, think of them as kind of the same family. Mm-hmm. Those, that's the way you can know which one of these you want to pick. This one's a toughie.
I love talking about denim, and I think we get a lot of really great feedback when it comes to denim because people, obviously, when you are dressing in your color palette, you pull shades that are alike. So for me, it's deep and warm and soft. For you, it's light, neutral, soft. your denim matches that as well. So
Well,
we're
if you're careful,
making a palette.
if you start to think about it when you're buying your denim, and inevitably you buy denim and you realize that some of your jeans you're wearing all the time and
Right.
others you're not.
They
And
don't really go with my wardrobe. They
yeah,
don't.
you pop on a sweater and it's like, these jeans are too light for the what?
Right.
You know, I thought these stonewashed jeans were really cute with the little slits in the knees. And did I ever
Are you
tell
making
you?
fun of me?
No. I'm about to tell a story about your daughter who I decided, you know, my kid, she looks so great all the time. I'm going to get some of the stuff she has. So I got me some jeans with some slits in the knees. Mm-hmm. And I walk out and I'm ready to go out and I'm so proud I did something youthful. And her daughter, my granddaughter, says to me, she goes, "Grandma, you look ridiculous."
I wonder where she picked that up from.
I don't know, but I never wore those jeans again. I went off topic, but yeah, I've been off topic the whole video. So jeans. These are kind of important for you to have a strategy for. I'm not saying you can't wear, your jeans until they're falling off of you and you've washed them into a brand new, super light color. That's different. But if you're deep and cool, you want to do deep, cool jeans.
There you go.
It's your mother color. Deep, cool jeans.
Mind blown.
If you're light and cool, what do you want?
Light and cool jeans. Because
jean color.
We're matching our palette.
If you're like Sarah, deep and warm, you want deep and warm jeans. Now, caveat, I'm not telling you to go out and buy green jeans. No. If you go out and look at jeans, and let me just tell you a story. Levi Strauss invented jeans, and he used a dye called indigo. And all the jeans were the same kind of family of color, indigo. Now, indigo is on the warmer side of the blue jean spectrum.
Really?
So yes, so if you're out there shopping and you see deep and cool jeans, those aren't really indigo. Those are like closer to navy almost.
Okay.
But indigo jeans have some warmth to them. So if you're like Sarah, a deep indigo is like her go-to. It's perfect for her. And if you're a blondie and, light warm hair, a lighter version of the indigo, and that could be, you can buy I'm not saying stonewashed or washed out until they're completely faded, because once you're in that family and your jeans are just faded, wear them. It's fine. They're fine. But
we're also talking about the color, not necessarily the wash.
Yeah, or the degree of fade or lightness or deepness. Although there is some deepness to it. If you're deep and cool, you want to wear the deep and cool jeans. Now, why is that? Because if you go out and you buy the stonewashed jeans and you put on a jewel tone sweater,
what's going to happen?
What do you see? Do you see harmony? No, because you don't look stonewashed. You've got deep hair. You've got vivid features. You can wear jewel tones. You know that you've got jewel tones on top. You've got to have something that'll carry the jewel tones on the bottom.
So this will be harmonious.
Right.
But at the bottom, you're going to have something that feels out of place.
Yeah, or you're like a floating torso from here up. It just doesn't pull your entire look together.
Ooh,
Me?
Elongate.
Yes. Oh, I need elongation. I look stonewashed. I look like somebody threw me in the washer and stonewashed me for about 5 days. That's my look. It's my hair. I just look stonewashed. So the lighter jeans, the lighter, cooler jeans, I rock them all day long. That's fine.
With your off-white shirt and, your vibe.
That's my vibe. Stonewash. Sarah, indigo, that true indigo, and it's just got a pinch of warmth. Now, this is what I suggest you do to really kind of fully understand this. Go to Old Navy. Old Navy has a big jean wall, left to right, and you see a lot of the different colors. Now, remember I always tell you color is relative. if you can't see the warmth in some jeans versus other jeans, look at that big jean wall, because then you'll suddenly start seeing the gradations and the nuances from not just light to deep, but from warm to cool.
And we'll make a guide for you on Patreon that has all the different shades that you can compare when you're out shopping. Does this have enough warmth? Does it not have enough warmth? Is it cool? Is it warm? Yeah, we'll also have that on Patreon.
But you know me. My philosophy is charts and graphs are fantastic. We'll give you all the charts and graphs that you want, but the reason we're giving you those charts and graphs is because we're making mental pictures eventually, so that when you go into a store, you will be able to see these differences yourself. That's why we call ourselves Color Class.
And you know, there's nothing better than hitting, I know for you it's a thrift store, but for me it's like a Marshall's, and you can just go down the rack and it's just like, no, maybe. No, maybe. You pull those shades and then try them on.
And it's good for you because you have a husband who absolutely detests shopping. And when you get into it, you're doing it, he's doing it under duress. So the fact that I have a friend, I love her to death, but she can shop and shop and shop and shop, and she will have gone this far on the rack.
Yes. And like pulls out every individual item, looks.
When you're with Sarah or when we're together, we can do an entire Marshall's rack, start to finish in what?
It is seconds? Like 3, 2, 1, break, let's go. And it's like, zoop, zoop, we meet back, and it's like, what'd you find?
And and then you're done. And when you've watched our video, I love it when our clients say, we say, now, what do you know about color? And I know it all. I watch every single one of your videos. And then it's like, bam, 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 they understand and they've got this. And we know that when we send them out in the world with their custom color portfolio, that they got this down.
Easy.
Yeah. And then they're hitting the stores, the thrift stores or the Marshalls or whatever. And it's like, and it's perfect. Where were we? What were we even
I don't know.
Oh, we were talking about jeans. So the bottom line is, what we want you to do, what we really want you to do, is understand that there are nuances in jeans in blue. And when I say jeans, I'm talking blue jeans, because let's face it, jeans now come in every color in the rainbow. But we're talking about the blues in jeans. Like, you have a Louis Vuitton jean jacket.
Not a real one.
Okay.
I just want to establish that it's not real.
It looks real. It's a good fake. Oh, is she going to get arrested?
No, it was a client gift.
Okay, well, from China. Anyway, it looks fantastic. I'm telling secrets here, but it's a little cool for her.
Way too cool.
And so what happened then is she's got this sort of rigid way of picking this kind of warm jean vibe, moving in the indigo direction, and she puts on this fantastic jacket. She has to wear it with other pants. She doesn't wear it with jeans.
Yeah, it doesn't work with what I wear.
Cool.
Yeah,
it actually would look great on me.
You can have it. It just sits in the closet.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So
I also didn't buy it, so it makes me feel better about not wearing it.
Yeah, I guess. But I've made some mistakes in my life.
Good thing we can just trade each other's mess ups.
Warm, cool, warm,
there
cool.
You go.
Yes. Bottom line, we hope that just these little tricks and these little nuances help. And if you think about your hair color, it's not everything, but it's an important thing. That's your mother color, and that should guide you to which one of these navies, which one of these blacks, and you should be good.
All right, so we're going to have the shades available, the denim available over on our Patreon page. If you would like that, you can download it there. And then if you are a YouTube member here, you get that as well. So the content is available here. Patreon, both of those support us, and we cannot thank you enough for doing that. So lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.